Welcome back to the Center Podcast.
Like we just did a deal or something.
You didn't like that?
I did.
Should we stick to the clapping?
It was pretty cool. It's just in my head, I'm thinking like, because we have two different angles, how's it really gonna look? Because it's gonna be like...
I'm gonna just dual screen it.
Yeah, because I had to get it somebody's perspective, so it's like one hand just coming out
I didn't
nowhere.
think about that. We're probably not gonna do that again. Unless I just go, I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, we could just do like back and forth real quick. It doesn't matter. Y'all know the deal. Y'all know what we do here. So
Yeah.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
It looks so off.
What?
Like this just looks like it's not in place. Like it's like super all. It's like all the way over here.
The fuck is that? Yo, that was a hair tie. Why did? Ew.
Welcome back.
How are you, Mark? I'm not gonna use this hand for anything.
I'm pretty good. How are you, sir?
I'm fantastic. Rainy day. It's kind of killing the vibe.
I honestly didn't think it was raining today. I thought it was gonna just be like maybe cloudy. Like I saw it was like cloudy, but I thought it was just gonna be one of those days where it's like it doesn't rain, but it's just really bad weather as far as like clouds. And then I saw the weather before I left, and I'm like, man, it's raining. Sucks.
It's unfortunate.
It's funny because I actually had a different fit I was gonna wear. I was gonna wear shorts and everything, and I was like, as I saw it was raining, I was like, damn, I can't do this now.
Yeah.
So.
See me got the long pants on today.
Yeah, I had to get the pants.
Sorry.
So yeah.
I'm sorry, that was another one. I apologize. Nothing's really new with me. I have another dream to tell you. This one's like
Dream.
This one's like peak fucked up. This might be like my most like out there dream yet, if I'm being honest. I mean, you may be able to be the judge.
Dream.
I have another dream that I just remembered, or I had Sunday, and it might be like the most fucked up one I ever had. So I'm gonna let you be the judge of it. Should I get into it now, or do you want to like talk about something before I do this?
You might as well get into it.
Okay.
I feel like it's gonna be something we're gonna have to talk about anyway.
Yeah. So this was on Sunday. I'm gonna try to remember. I had it written down, but it's on my phone, which we're recording on. So next week we probably should run out of camera, but we're short on time, so I didn't want to do that today. But so I basically what the setting is I'm driving home from school.
Oh, it's a driving one.
It's why I just realized that. Why does that always start that way? Yes, I've had a couple that are like that. I'm driving home from school, and yeah, regular day, so everything's going fine. Then I get to like a red light where there's like a couple cars in front of me. I'm stuck at a red light, can't really go anywhere. Then I'm on like, it's a busy street, so there's this guy coming out of a jewelry store, and for whatever reason I see that he has like a slight black eye. Whatever. He like nods at me as I'm driving my windows down, and he like says like
Adam Sandler.
Uncut Gems. So he like nods / waves at me, and I'm just like, oh, like what's up? And I'm chilling. He walks by. Then for whatever reason, that same person, I guess when he goes out of my view, he runs back to the car and tries to like basically pull me out and rob the car. And my first instinct is obviously to fight back. So I'm just like, no, like get off me.
Get off me.
Yeah. So, he's not getting off the car. I try to like, I guess, well, whatever, like traffic moves on, but I'm still fighting him so I don't drive. So I start to like drive off to get him like off the car because he's still like hanging out from outside the door. And that doesn't work. So then he tries to like pull me out from the window, and he pulls out like, like what like coke heads use to like chop up coke and all that, like a straight edge razor blade. Mm. He tries to use that to like cut my neck. Right. But I have a hoodie on, so the cloth kind of saves me. He cuts like the clothes and like kind of scrapes me, but like not super crazy where he got me. And yeah, so I basically like fight him off, and I get him off the car, wherever like I hit him or like cut him with the razor, whatever. He gets off the car, he falls off the car, and my back wheel runs him over.
My God.
So basically he's like dying, but he gets up to like run away, but he's like bleeding. But he runs to like the sidewalk, and he like basically bleeds out like and falls on the sidewalk in front of like this wall. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I just killed this guy. Like, I'm going to get in trouble. Like, whatever. I'm, like, panicking. So I call the ambulance and police, whatever. They finally come. And there's, like, a detective and shit. And the detectives just go, and the ambulance is, like, trying to get him. But the detective goes, like, oh, like, we knew this was, like, trying to be, like, a murder-suicide. Because on the wall, there was, like, numbers written, like, from 40-something to, like, 32. And that was, like, his age or, like, how many people he killed, some shit like that. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So there was that, and then like I basically like go home to my family, which wasn't my actual family.
Okay.
I don't know why, and they didn't even look anything like me. Just gonna add that as well. So yeah, so I go home to them, just like, yeah, like this is what happened to me today, and I'm like checking out the cut and stuff, and it's like a light scratch, but like, yo, And I just woke up like that's immediately like when I woke up to like go on for my day. And I was like, what the fuck was that? Like I woke up like anxious and scared. I don't know why. And I haven't. This is my first time out the house since. So this was Sunday. It's only Tuesday, but
okay. So there's only one or two things I can like assess from that.
Okay.
Either one, you probably watched like something that kind of resembles something of that.
Attack on Titan. I don't know.
Maybe
somebody just
maybe the violence of
the back
that,
of my neck.
or just maybe it doesn't even have to be that recent. Maybe your mind just somehow remembers something from like a while ago that just came back, or maybe you like saw something of something, maybe like a commercial or something. That's probably
a commercial. What commercial?
No, but like maybe you saw the movie and you already finished it. But that was so long
movie.
ago. But then say like a commercial or something like comes up and it just ends up reminding you about it like in your mind, and then when you went to sleep, it just popped up again.
Yeah.
Or two, you just gotta like hit up some writers and tell them just because like I
got movies
that
going
sound like
on.
a movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's going
My
on?
mind high key. Like before this, I didn't have a dream for months that I remembered. And it always happens like that. Like I don't have something for a while, and it's just like, oh, we've been working on this whole film for you that we're gonna give you as soon as you fall asleep. And I don't watch TV or anything before I go to bed until just recently. I was telling you I started watching Attack on Titan.
It literally be like how that episode of SpongeBob where the writers are inside his mind.
Oh, yeah.
The viewer in his mind. So that's how your
Filing
mind,
cabinets and shit.
Yeah, your mind's like that. It's like, okay, we haven't gave him anything for a while, but just wait, we're cooking up something crazy for him to sleep on. And yeah, then you had that. Yeah, like as you were talking about, I'm like just picturing like actors. I'm like, okay, so Victor's there. I'm like, okay, maybe like the detective comes in. Who knows? I don't even know who that might be. Definitely not Chris Rock, because that movie that he came out was bad.
Oh, you watched it?
I didn't watch it, but like I heard it was just not it, because it was just
Isn't it like an Amazon exclusive type of thing, or Hulu?
I don't know.
One of the two.
I don't know. One of them. I don't even know who the detective could be though. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe The Rock. No, that's awkward.
He's not a detective.
I'm thinking of Fast and Furious. That's why.
Oh yeah. I don't know what that movie is.
But yeah. Yeah, you have a pretty exciting dream. So many details. I wouldn't think that you would remember. That you would remember.
Only reason I do is because when I woke up, I like immediately like typed it out on my phone.
That's what's funny is that I also had I don't think it was like similar to that, but I did have like a dream that was very like, I think detailed and just like crazy. And when I woke up, I had it in my head. But then as I like got up and then went to the bathroom and everything, I was like, wait.
That's why you got to start to.
What was that dream again?
Yeah.
And what's crazy is that I usually don't have dreams either, but a lot of the times if I wake up early, like really early, and then go back to sleep, then I have the dreams. Like my second round of sleep, that's where my dreams
You go back into
in.
the same dream?
No. Like I don't have it in the beginning, but then when I go into my second round of sleep, that's when usually I end up having like crazy dreams where they'd be like super detailed or like extended, and I'm like, damn, what the hell?
Yeah, that shit. I said, what the hell, man? Like, I don't want to feel like this.
My man said, I'm in a car and some bull comes out of a jewelry store with half a black eye and tries to take you. The story was his story, actually, now that I think about it.
What?
The story is supposed to be about him.
Yeah.
Because these man comes out of a jewelry store with a black eye then tries to take your car to get away. But who knows? Maybe the story starts off and it's like a regular guy, Victor. He's driving home to his family that looks nothing like him. And then out of nowhere,
I'm adopted.
hey, out of nowhere, some guy comes out of a jewelry store and then tries to rob me of my car to get away.
But I don't think he was trying to get away, because it was like when he
just wanted to fight you.
well, I guess just to steal the car, because when he came out of the jewelry store, it wasn't like he was running out or anything. It was a calm, like he was like, I bought something and I left.
Well, I thought it was the opposite. Like he was trying to get away due to the fact that like he had a black eye, but I guess that was from something else.
And that's like the black eye was like healing. It wasn't fresh.
Oh, well, I don't think it would be. You get a black eye fresh anyway.
But it was like going away. Like it was like barely there. So like I think that ties into the fact that he like killed other people, and it came from that. Because that was the whole thing that when he died in front of like the wall, it was like a murder suicide thing. He tried to murder people and he tried to kill himself.
And now the story. That's how the story starts, but then turns out that guy wasn't the actual real serial killer. It's actually somebody else deeper.
Yeah.
And then you're trying to get, cope, and then turns out you're involved with it.
I realized when they do the news story at night, when it's just like, oh, like this is the man that tried to, I'm like, that's not him.
Exactly.
That wasn't the guy from earlier today. That's a different man. He's still out there. I have to tell someone. I have to go tell The Rock.
But then
Detective The Rock.
But then it turns out that like nobody believes you. Like
they never do.
They're like,
they never
do. Don't worry, we're the police. We obviously know what we're doing.
Until I find that one young detective who's fresh, you know, in the team, in the department, and she's like, I see something here, you know.
Exactly. She's the one who just freshly got there, and she's like, wait, there's something more. And even then, they still don't believe. They're like, look,
they don't listen to her because she's the newbie.
Exactly. Let it go. You know, we know what we're doing. But then she's, you know, she with her wits and everything, she doesn't give up. And she's like, yeah, I understand. And then she somehow stumbles around your plea against it, you know, as far as like, oh yeah, you know, that's not the person, all that, there's somebody else. She somehow stumbles upon it, and she's like, wait, this guy was involved at that scene. And then she goes to secretly see you, not in their command, you know, not under their authority.
Off duty.
Yeah. And then she starts talking to you at your house. You come out a little scared. You're like, and the next thing you know, she starts talking to you. Come in. She starts talking to you, and she starts, you know, sitting you down. You're like, oh, it's all calm setting, you know, oh, you want something, you know, something to drink, you know, water, tea, anything like that. You're like, yeah. And she sits down with you, you know, starts talking about it, and then, yeah, y'all start talking about the whole story.
She just throws that one piece of evidence on the table, and it's just like, where did you get that?
Yeah, exactly.
Where'd you find that?
And you start, maybe at one point you didn't want to, you know, reveal anything because you were like, you know, trying to hide it because you weren't trying to, you know, give away too much information because you don't even know who this girl is. She just shows up at your doorstep. So
you don't know
like,
who to trust.
Exactly. You're just sitting there like, oh, I don't know who to trust. And the next thing she shows the evidence, you're like, bam, you're like, all right.
So you know that wasn't the same person too.
Exactly. And then now y'all start becoming friends.
Yeah.
And now she gives you a secret phone line to reach her by, if anything, you know?
And then it reaches to the peak of the movie where they go to confront the actual serial killer, and it's just y'all two, and y'all get into a fight, and she gets hurt. But in the end, you know, we work together. I come at just the right moment to save her, and then the cops come, and they apologize to her, but she's wearing like a coat over herself because it's cold out, and they're apologizing to her as she holds her wound that's getting covered up by the ambulance. And then I come out, and I'm just like, you all right? So thank you for always believing in me and never thinking that I wasn't telling the truth.
Exactly. And now y'all are both heroes because y'all saved the day.
And then it cuts to her like in an arm sling, you know, and she's like all in her police garb getting like crowned by the mayor. And I'm just in the crowd just like proud because, you know, she went from being a newbie to
What's your baby that doesn't look anything like you?
Yeah, because of my family that looks nothing like me.
Exactly.
And they're there as well. And we're all cheering her on because she believed in me even though she had no reason to.
Had no reason to, but look, because she's a new person, it's like, wow, who would have thought, you know? You got these senior cops, but then this newbie that comes around ends up solving the biggest case in the city. And now everybody's lives are saved.
What a fucking movie, bro. Come on. What are you talking about? Hollywood, where y'all at?
Bro, someone gonna take this idea.
Yeah,
it's already gone. It's already gone. Someone
right.
already took it. They're already writing the script.
We fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, did you see the trailer for
Then
that?
they actually cast The Rock.
Yeah, I'd be so mad. Like,
I'll be like, yo, y'all could at least switch that part.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
could have got anybody.
That was a joke.
Come on, why that? Then they get anybody. They get Daddy Yankee to play you.
Fuck you, man.
I'll be like, all right, y'all drawing. Oh man, all right.
Did you see the? Were you about to say something?
No.
Did you see the? I saw this last night. Did you see the trailer for that movie? It's called Karen.
You know what? I think I've seen something about it, but I don't think I might have it might have been an ad and I just skipped it probably. But I feel like I remember seeing something.
I saw it on Twitter. There was a trailer for it. It has, I think the Karen is like one of the girls from Orange Is the New Black.
Oh, I do remember seeing something about that. Yeah, I didn't watch the full trailer. I remember seeing something about it. I know what you're talking about.
And it has like I think one of the like Tia and Tamara Mowry or whatever, like one of their husbands is in it.
Okay.
I forget. I still don't know the difference between the two, but all these years later.
Hey.
But yeah, it's about like people being Karens. Like
I'm dead.
And they're like Karen is like whatever, and it's like it starts. I was like, oh, tell me about your new neighbors. It's like a white, like the Karen and like her other white, you know, red like. What's another Karen name? Just like Debbie. She's at lunch with Debbie. She's like, oh, tell me about your new neighbors. And then Karen.
Brenda.
Like, yeah. She's like, well, they're black. And that's how it just like keeps going. I didn't watch the whole trailer because I was just so irritated. But then I seen like the title. It's like, you know, they do the whole trailer and then they show like the title is like, like. It's
so is it like what type of movie is it?
It's like.
Or from what you saw.
This is what I so this is what kind of drew me into it, is the fact that like everybody's very just clear to the fact that everybody's just trying so hard to repeat what Get Out did with Jordan Peele, and this is what one of these movies is seeming like. But what made me crack up was at the end when they showed the title of the film they showed, it's called Karen. It spells Karen in big, like, large letters, and then like in the A where the gap is just her standing there, just like.
That's so awkward.
But yeah, everybody's kind of says like everybody ever since Get Out have been trying so hard to repeat this film and just basically copy it, like with the same feel and everything that he did so hard, and they're all failing so badly.
I just don't see how that would like do anything. Because if we're being completely honest, like the whole idea of Karen isn't just supposed to be strictly to, you know, the idea of somebody of color. It's just supposed to be a woman, most likely white.
Yeah.
A white woman who's just being so much of a person who doesn't
know how to mind their fucking business.
Yeah, mind their business and has an issue with everything, whether if it's somebody having fun, whether it's somebody being somewhere specifically, or, you know, maybe like speaking about something that they have the right to, and then they just have an issue with it.
A lot of times it has to do with race, though. It's just like, oh, does this black child have a permit to sell lemonade in front of his house?
Yeah, and
or this Hispanic old woman speaking Spanish in a store.
But yeah, as far as like how that movie, I just don't know what their like idea is gonna be really. Again, like it's like you said, if it's gonna be the same thing, then okay. But I feel like the name Karen probably shouldn't have. I don't know.
They're just trying to capitalize on that. But it's like it's also super annoying too to see that. I don't know how to say it or like explain it. It's an obvious thing of just like how easily they just take our ideas. Because the idea of Karen was a like internet induced, like kids made it up, like we made it popular and they just ran with it. And especially with like another big thing, even on TikTok or like other, it's like they steal a lot from like black culture or black women specifically, of just like, oh, on fleek or like other terms like that are popular right now. You just see them like on big companies using them on their ads to connect with teens, but it's like y'all stole that from somebody else.
Yeah.
Same thing with Karen. It's just like y'all ran with this idea of like using the term Karen, and like that same idea of like multiple women have like gone out their way to just be annoying or like get people arrested and other shit like that.
Eventually we're gonna start seeing Cap.
Exactly, but that's a perfect example of just like, oh, like you'll see like a Taco Bell fucking ad or just be like, oh, like this Doritos Locos Tacos slaps, no cap.
No cap.
You'll just see that on the side.
Like, yo, I believe them though.
And they just get to use that shit because I guess it's not a copywritten or like coined or trademarked term, which is annoying. But like I feel like are we gonna have to get to the point where we have to do that to like get what we deserve? Because like they're just. Because corporations and celebrities and millionaires are making billions and millions upon millions of dollars off of terms that we just make up on the spot for fun, and they don't have to give any fucking credit. They don't have to do any like works cited page or bibliography or anything like that, and give any credit at all to somebody who made these phrases up.
Yeah, they just put it somewhere in the script.
But if we were to do some shit. Whatever, say, this is a terrible example, but if et cetera were to do something and all of a sudden we just put I'm loving it, we're getting sued for millions of dollars.
I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah, like if we do anything like that, we're getting sent to jail. Like,
yeah, that is true. As far as because you know they trademark that stuff and they try to make it blatantly known that you know, oh, don't steal any of this. Like they'll put it everywhere just to make sure you don't steal it. But it's like maybe we could have did it as a joke. Maybe it just something came out by accident. Still, because if we got like views and got big off of it, and they saw that, it would be an issue. But say if we didn't get big and we just said it like how we did here. If it's nothing that's seen or anything like that, they wouldn't give a shit. Yeah. Because it's like, oh, they're not getting money off of it, so who gives a shit? But as soon as we start getting some money into it and it gets big, they're like, oh, we saw that you used our trademark, slogan. You can't be doing that, sir. We're going to send you to jail for that.
Yeah, even with like YouTube and shit like that, it's like, for a channel like ours, and it's happened before where like I'll use something that's, even if it's on accident, like something super short, a clip of like something that's obviously not ours, even though like There's like a weird thing. Like if you use like 10 seconds of something, it's okay. But if anything past that, it's weird.
Yeah, I thought it was usually before like 30 seconds of like
Yeah.
a song, you're fine. But then after that, it's an issue.
So sometimes we'll receive like emails from YouTube of just like, oh, like you use this copyrighted material, you can't monetize it. But like they're like, oh, don't worry, like you're fine. Like it's just you can't monetize it. That's literally what the email will say. And it's just like that's because of how it's doing right now. But if one of our videos hits 1 million and we do that, then they're like, oh, like you're flagged, you're gonna get a strike on your channel. That's the only time when they care, when they're missing out on money.
Yeah, of course. People don't seem to understand that, but that's literally all it is. Depending on how much you earn from it, they want a piece of it too.
So if you know you have a term that you know for a fact that was your thing or your trend or whatever, trade that, mark that shit, like get your bread, get your credit, get something, because they for sure are using it to make money in some way, shape, or form, and you're not getting any credit. Like look at fucking Fortnite. Fortnite takes dances and phrases and characters all the time that other people have made, just teenagers on the internet.
Yeah.
Jerk, fucking like sneezing. You showed me the Rick and Morty one the other day. Like that's like a known dance. The TikTok shit, the Renegade, that was huge. And then that little girl probably didn't get shit.
I just think that's funny.
And if she did, it's probably a fraction of what they made off of it. Because it would, like a TikTok or a Fortnite dance is probably like, what, like $3, $4, $5, whatever amount. And that shit will get played. Fortnite has like 100 million players like at its peak or some shit. I don't even know. Maybe even more.
Yeah. And, with the, the dance and then stuff like that, especially like the beats or music or whatever, it gets played like thousands of times because if somebody were to just be doing it. And whoever did, I guess invent it or come up with it doesn't really even get anything from it. They don't care. It's just crazy because the idea that they just look at it and they're like, oh yeah, this is popular. We're just going to take it.
Yeah.
And then at one point, in the end, you can be like excited because you're like, oh, snaps, they took that dance. But then in the other end, you're like, oh, shit.
I'm not getting any.
I see everybody liking this. All these people are literally putting money into this game to get this. But they don't understand that I'm the one who came up with it and I'm not getting shit for it. And it's just like, wow, kind of sucks.
We're in school all these years. They tell us, like, don't plagiarize. And that shit just happens every day with no type of credit being given or anything. And it's
plagiarizing everything. So.
And that's a big thing on the internet, or especially TikTok, for example, because it's so easy for you to take a sound or not. Some people repeat the same idea like you've complained before in the past.
That's why
and not even tag, which is why it's so important for y'all to be those type of people we mentioned in the past of just like, oh, like you stole this from this person. Even if it's accidental, like it's cool. Yeah. Like you can fix that. But I can never see myself being the type to like claim somebody else's work as my own ever. Yeah. Even if I forget to give credit, I can, be like, oh, my fault, I didn't tag. Or if I didn't know somebody else did this already, I can at least say I made a mistake and I can say, hey, I didn't do this. Go check out this person. Yeah. But I can never say that because we know how hard it is to make this shit. Mm-hmm. For somebody to just take that and say, oh, I spent the time out, that's fighting words. Like I could never.
Like, bro, you did not come up with this. I did. How are you not going to give me credit? Yeah, that type of stuff would just be annoying.
Infuriating.
What's the point? Y'all just taking credit for something somebody else did. Now you're a millionaire. Meanwhile, you're sleeping at night. Like like you said, I couldn't go to sleep thinking in my head like, yo, like like I made these millions. Like
I can never be proud about that.
You didn't. Like, you didn't make those. Yeah, that'd be pretty annoying to have to constantly that would just be something in my mind that I just wouldn't be able to get out. So get it.
That didn't work. Why did it not work? That's weird. Yeah, I really tried. I don't know what happened there. Sorry. There you go. I guess the setting wasn't there. It's all good. We got it.
Okay.
I got to sneeze, and I should have never announced it because now it's going away.
Nice.
I got to stop doing that. Need some pepper. But we're running short. I think we went over on our time. So, Mark, where can they find you?
Hello. You can find me Instagram at ETCMarkyMark, Twitter at MarkyMark, Twitch at MCMarkyMark. I almost forgot which ones it was. I was like,
you got to get all your things. It's the same name.
Yeah. I was like, it's really just Instagram, obviously, because I've always wanted just the name Marky Mark, but obviously people take that, so it's like, what the hell? And I don't want to use stuff like underscores and stuff like that, so it's just like, But anyway, we are here. Yeah, follow me there. Victor, where can they find you and etc.?
Find me on Instagram and Twitter and any other platform, Twitch, TikTok, whatever. At ETC Victor, I'm on everything. Etc. stuff is real etc. At real etc. It's the same as well on every platform: Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok. Did I miss anything? YouTube.
I think that's it.
Vine. Sign up.
Cool.
And then the email is real.etc@gmail.com. Yeah, is there anything you want to add before we get out of here?
Stop stealing people's ideas, and
Don't be a Karen.
Don't be a Karen.
And don't try and stab people as they get out of their cars.
Don't do that. And don't take our movie idea.
Yeah. Happy Pride, y'all. Sorry for the short episode, but we had some technical difficulties. See you next week. Bye.